Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sky.Onjahnae if you're new here, and on this channel we talk about all things beauty and a little bit of lifestyle. Now y'all see these eyes? Yeah, I've been doing this thing where I'm letting my followers and friends, I just started on Snapchat and asked people to draw out a look for me, and I will attempt, and this is what I got here. I'm gonna leave a picture of what that they sent me right here, and then yeah. But if you want to know how to get these fire flames, keep on watching. Y'all, I was listening to Essence at this moment, but let's get into this look. I'm using my favorite palette ever, which is the matte book palette from the crayon case. Y'all know percent. But yeah, anyway, the brows are just your standard brows. I already used my use lash glue to push my brow hairs and flatten them out because I don't have my brow freeze. But use a brow gel. That's what I recommend. Use a brow gel. So yeah, I'm just taking that P. Louise base that I use in pretty much all the videos that you're gonna see from me because I love this base, and I'm just applying that on my brow because we need these colors to pop. A blank base, so a white base, really helps those eyeshadows pop, and I'm tapping as well as sweeping to cover those hairs. This was actually very difficult. I thought it would be simple because it's just brows, but my hair is unruly, okay? So I really had to pack that base on there in order to like make it nice and even. Y'all, I know it looks like I'm skipping. It's gonna look like I'm skipping. That's because a lot of this is repetition. Blending colorful eyeshadows is a lot of back and forth. So you're gonna see me skipping through some things. And if you do want to have a detailed video, if you want to see a detailed video of how to blend colorful eyeshadow, you can check out my video that I already have on there after that I already have on that topic after you watch this one. But yeah, anyway, so we're just packing in those colors. You want to pack the color in. That's how you're going to get the most pigment out of your eyeshadow. And once you're trying to blend those colors together, that's what I mean. You're going to have to go back and forth, switching between the orange and the red and the yellow to blend those together so it's nice and even. You just do that until you like what you see. I know y'all like, what the hell she about to do with these Q-tips. I'm using these Q-tips as well as I'm using Aquaphor, but you can also use Vaseline. I think that Vaseline actually works better. But yeah, we're just gonna clean up that excess eyeshadow under and over our brows, and just clean up your brows like you regularly would with concealer. Now here goes that P. Louise base that I was talking about in the room. It's called Rumor Zero, so it's the white one. And we're gonna start cutting our crease. This is the most important part of the whole look. I think it was just doing the outline for the cut crease as well as the flames at the end. So I'm not gonna be able to explain that well, but y'all know I'm good at getting the angles for y'all. So you're gonna see exactly what I'm doing with the flames and how I do it. The one thing I will say is you want to make sure you're using a flat brush, like as flat can be. I'm using a Makeup Forever brush. I believe it's a 226 brush. Yeah, that's the brush I'm using, and you only want to use the tip of that brush because this is just an outline, and because it is so detailed, you think that this would be simple because it's just flames and mostly straight lines. It's the curves that make it difficult. So that's why you need to make sure you're using a flat brush and using just the edge of that brush. And if I didn't say it already, you're going to use a lot of Q-tips, okay? Because there's going to be a lot of cleaning up and a lot of like detailed work that you need to do to get in between those flames, just to make sure those lines are straight and even. Not so much even, but make sure the lines are crisp. And the best thing about this base, it's super easy to remove if you haven't set it with shadows or powder yet. Do not set it, because once you set it, your makeup is stuck, okay? It is up and it's stuck. And that flame looking good. Look at me practicing my poses. But yeah, I'm sure we all know how to color inside the lines, so I just felt I didn't need to show all of that, because that's literally all I'm doing. I'm just packing that base in, coloring inside the lines of those flames. And yeah, I'm just gonna speed through this right quick, then we're gonna get to adding the color. And I did not show the beginning part when I added the yellow and orange to the cut crease section of this eye look, because like I said, I already have a video that explains how to blend colorful eyeshadows together. And in fact, I actually did use that same yellow and orange, so it's fitting for you all to go back and watch that one after you finish watching this one. Okay, so now we're going to start with this red at the ends of the flames. I didn't continue with the orange yet because I wanted to get that red and see where I wanted to place it at the tips of my flames. And also I'm going to add more orange on top of that red, just so we can get a nice burnt fiery orangish reddish color, and it's all just going to blend seamlessly. Now this is a lot of detail and a lot of blending that it took, so the fact that I was even able to condense this video down to what, 13 minutes or so, it's beyond me, but here we are. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pat in over the edges of the brush, I mean not the edges of the brush, the edges of the flames, just so I can get that depth and so I can make sure those lines are crisp, so when I go in and add that orange, I don't have to worry about as much cleaning up if I were to have done the orange and then went back and did the red, and it would have just completely covered the orange, so it would have been pointless. So that's why I'm starting with the red. It's going to help me give that gradual fade into that, from red to the burnt orange to the natural orange and to the yellow. As you get further down those flames, or up, however you want to look up it, the further you get closer to the closer you get to your eye, you want to start to bring that red down a little bit, just not too much, because we just want to focus that red on the tips of it so you get that flame effect. You want to make sure you're like fading it into that white. I know I'm not really good at explaining, which is why this is a video so you can watch it. I'm trying my best to explain it for y'all, but yeah. Oh, I did mention the type of brush you need to use. What brush I'm using? I'm using a small detailed brush. It's very dense and it's very tiny, so it's going to get into those creases of those flames, and it's going to be able to allow me to do the edge work without having to worry about as much cleanup as if, like, for instance, if I went in with a fluffy brush, it would have been a mess. So a smaller dense brush is perfect when you're doing more detailed work like this. So I did end up deciding to add a little brown to my red eyeshadow, just to give it a little more depth, so we can get that really fiery red effect to it. And then, so once we add the orange to it, it really should, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about once we get to that part. But yeah, it's looking really good right now. You want to make sure you're actually really seeing that full pigment. Now this is what I'll talk about. I didn't show the adding the orange because I'm literally doing the same thing I've been doing already. It's like the same thing I did with the brows. I just pat the orange in. What I'm doing now is I'm taking a slightly larger dense, it's still a dense brush, but it's slightly larger than the other one that I used to do my outline of that red, and I'm using that to blend that red further into that orange. I'm going to be going back and forth with the orange and the red because, like I said, blending colorful eyeshadow is very tedious. It's a lot of back and forth blending until you pretty much like what you see. So that's what you're going to see me doing here. you can start to see what I mean about that burnt orange fading into those red tips. It's just giving fire. It's giving flames. So that's why I added that red first, then started going back and forth with the orange so it can get that burnt orange. Now, with these rhinestones, there's literally no right or wrong way to place the rhinestones. Just do what you want to do. I just decided to do a bunch of different size rhinestones just so it can give that like chunky effect, but not like a big block or a big like just straight line going over my lid. And I decided to stop it at the red just so it can like gradually fade into that fire. Forgot to mention that I am using lash glue to apply these rhinestones and the end of my brush. Just go ahead and put a little bit of lash glue at the tip of your brush and that'll help you pick up the rhinestones. And I just want to shout out Haley for sending me this look. Like, she really tested my creativity with this one and believed more in me than I did. But thank you all so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, give me a thumbs up and bear with me because, like I said, this is my first time doing a look this intricate on camera. But I will see you all on my next video.